agitators and some of the looters that I saw. So you see, this person here who's telling people to kneel, he has been one of the organizers, Don, of some of these demonstrations. And I've actually spent some time with him and talking to him, and he's been trying to de-escalate, and that's what he's doing here. But there are hundreds of people here, and it's going to be, I mean, the police just keep arriving. And as some people take the knee here, so he's trying to de-escalate.
I was going to say, Shimon, it looks like some of the protesters are upset that some of these people are causing trouble. They seem frustrated by it, and even it seems like some were trying to break it up and stop them from causing conflict out there.
Why are you recording now?
So here are the police now moving in. So let's see how this plays out. Police right now standing back, Don. There are people in this crowd, Don, that have been peaceful protesters today. But they were coming south we're on 6th Avenue. They were coming south. The looters were on 23rd Street. And then they made a right on 6th. And the peaceful protesters then got mixed in with the looters. And so there's an escalation here now. And you could see him here, Don. You see him kneeling here. He has been, there we go, one of the officers now hit. And you hear they're chanting peaceful protest. I'm just going to have Emilio here turn around and show you. So they're trying to diffuse the situation. These are the peaceful protesters, Don.
They're actually chanting peaceful protest.
I don't know what the police are going to do. They are. And they've been peaceful. I don't know what the police are going to do because they have.
I think in a situation like this, if we, we've all gone to that. There's a training, a hostile situation training that New York City Police gives to civilians if you want to take it, but many times to the media. And they try to stay back unless absolutely necessary to let the situation sort of diffuse itself. And then if they feel, maybe as they are now, that it's not going to, then they start to move in. But they take as much time as at least that's what the training says.
They just push.
They just push you.
So the police here are pushing everyone back. We're with CNN. We're with CNN. We're with CNN. Let us hear. Let us hear. The police are pushing us back. We're with CNN, guys. We're with CNN. Emilio, come back here. We understand. Thank you. Thank you. So here's the police moving in. I just want you to hear some of this, Don.
Can you put the director? Can you put the pictures up in the camera for me? Take the prompter out. Thank you.
Someone here fell. There's a woman here on the ground, Don.
Do you know what happened to her, Shimon?
There's a car now. I don't know. I assume she got trampled.
Yeah, you got hit by a car.
She got hit by a car. That's what our security is saying. She is in a lot of pain. And Don, the curfew here, we're seeing the police. Oh, here's the police now pulling someone out of a car. You can see them on the ground. I don't know what happened here, Don, with this car, but
listen, for those of you who are just joining us, it is just after 10:34 here in New York City. There's a curfew that was in place. It was put in place for 8 o'clock, and you're watching these pictures unfold. Our correspondent Shimon Prokopez is out in the Chelsea neighborhood of New York City, and there's conflict going on. You can see someone there being detained by police officers, and then now police pushing people up against the wall. They had been showing restraint according to Shimon, who's out there now. But you can see now the situation has escalated and they're trying to calm things down. Let's go back to Shimon Prokopez. Shimon, what are you seeing?
Yeah, so someone tried to come through the crowd, and now police are trying to. We're gonna go on the other side, officer. We're with CNN. We're going to the other side. We're with CNN.
Tell them you're on live. Tell them you're on live.
We're with CNN, guys. Come here, guys. Let me just get our team together. Mark, over here.
So as you can understand,
everybody gone.
Go ahead, Shimon.
Go ahead, Don. No, I was just gonna say, you know, you were watching Jason. I was watching Jason Carroll earlier in Brooklyn, and I actually got a call from a police official who was a little distressed about what he saw and called me and said if there was any help that I needed to let him know. So, you know, we're trying to let the police here know that we're just trying to do our jobs and making sure that we can capture these moments. And, you know, it just takes some talking to them sometimes. But, you know, we have been pushed back a little bit here. But things seem to be calming down now. They're trying to keep people back. They're also down the block here. They've been pushing this group. I don't know if you could see them, but they're pushing this group all the way down the block.
Were these two separate groups, Shimon? And was this one group that was once all together? Shimon, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
I said, is this
what was
was
the
this
question?
two separate groups, or was this group all together at once?
Yes.
At one point.
No, it was two separate groups. We were walking, so we were in Times Square, and we walked down. We were going to Union Square because we heard there was some activity. And on our way here, we saw the group on 23rd Street, and they were running and cheering, and we heard glass breaking. And so we ran over and we saw them looting. This group then met up with the other group that was coming.